What is going on, everybody? It's Jolo Gaming. I'm John at 80315, and welcome back to GemCraft Frostborn Wrath, episode 67. It has been a while since I've done a recording, and I probably should have looked at episode 66 on YouTube to kind of remember where I was at. I mean, I know we're in a good spot, right? We're technically over leveled. We got modifiers unlocked. We're just kind of working through the Z map now. Actually, we're going. You know what? Now, obviously, we wouldn't do every single map, but I think within probably the next 3 episodes, the series would have been over. Like, as far as when I say over, I mean beating the main boss, the game's done. But there's so much more, and I kind of wanted to go into a little bit more, but I didn't want to go full on. Keep this going until I'm, like in my main game, 10,000 plus XP, whatever, per level. Obviously, after you start getting certain talismans, you start getting the 90s and the 100s and start filling them in. Alright? That's like one of the first things to do is talisman on. Jack up battle traits to get better talismans. Shadow Core farm. I already showcased that in an earlier episode to build up your Shadow Cores to unlock the rest of these fragment slots. Completely finish that up. Right after that, it's literally just building up your XP. Mind you, your talismans alone are going to give you initial mana and mana at the start of every wave. Plus, one of the biggest things I like to look forward to in talismans, especially even early game, is a percentage of the wizard level going to your initial XP and mana. At least having a couple of them on there, within your fragment slots, it's going to make it so that, that percentage, when you're at 10,000, wizard level, and you got a 200% boost, that's 20,000 initial mana. Basically enough to start almost any map. I mean, as the higher multiplier or, higher level. But that's still a huge boost, and at that point you can use all your skill points to put it into the skill tree. You don't have to save for initial mana. So I kind of wanted to go over that, but also I don't know how much endgame I'm going to do. I haven't really decided yet. I know I want to do a couple episodes of endgame, kind of show off some higher endurance runs, but also show one of the biggest tricks in the game as far as getting XP. I kind of showed it off, I believe. I know I mentioned it, and that's using the shrines. Basically, you want to go as far as you can, and then the last 10 waves, jack up the enraging that you're using, and then get them all on screen, gem bomb them with a bleed gem so they take extra damage, or have bleeds in lanterns around the map to keep them bleeding, and then use the shrines to kill. It's going to significantly increase your wizard level. Them last couple waves give the most XP out of anything for endurance runs. That's why you want to try to complete them. And the higher you enrage, the more XP you're going to get. So we're going to start off here. I wanted to look at my things here. C3 has our last battle trait. We could go for that real quick. maybe at the end of C4. We're going to do C4 first. Basically, C4 is going to unlock C5. C5 unlocked a map tile. But C4 has also, in its Wizard Stash, access to F3, which has 2,000 Shadow Cores in F3's Wizard Stash, so that's a good one to go for. There's an extra Shadow Cores. But yeah, we're going to do C4, and then if we have time, we'll jump back to C3 and do that. And we only have mana, bleed, and armor. Sorry, crit. Don't need you. I'm not even worried about that. But I think we'll do 14-14. I do remember, man, trying to clear my throat. I do remember the endurance in C4 being extremely irritating. Just because of where the Wizard Stash is. But it's not too bad if you base correctly. But it can be a pain. Okay, we're going to go into C4 now. I also am going to apologize for the lack of videos. In my last episode, in episode 66, I pretty much said the rest of that week I wasn't posting any videos. And that you would probably see videos again Monday. And Monday came and went. Right now, if you're wondering, today, the day I'm recording this, is actually Wednesday. June 8th. Yeah. And I've been busy, but also I've been worried because, well, let me put it this way. My week was horrible for the most part. Friday was the first day our second shift guard had off, and my regional supervisor, I believe, was supposed to be the one covering. Because he even stated, or my supervisor even stated what he heard from him, that he was going to cover Friday. And then he couldn't do Friday, or Monday, so he already had someone lined up for Monday. So he knew that you had these 2 days off, right? But anyways, I didn't get let go until about 8 o'clock, so 2 hours before our third shift guard came in. Pretty much pulled a double, and I was just highly irritated. And Saturday was my niece's dance recital. Oh. And I was already going to that, but then Saturday morning, I got the bad news that my grandmother wasn't doing very well. From what my sister told me, the surgery that they would need to do was about 20% survival rate. Now, she's up in Huntington, and they were going to take her to Hershey Hospital, but they managed to get her stable at Huntington. I believe they're still going to move her to Hershey now that she's stable, and maybe that will increase some odds, but from what I understood was the surgery was 20% survival rate. So I haven't heard anything more about that. And I hope my grandma's a fighter. She's survived heart surgery. She's survived cancer, a bunch of everything. You know, my grandma on my dad's side, she's a fighter. And, you know, I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to jinx anything. But that was horrible news. And then, of course, because I had the dance recital to go to, which was later in the afternoon, and I didn't get back to like 11, 12 o'clock at night. Sunday, I pretty much slept in all day. And then I started this work week. And sometimes throughout this work week, I was thinking about, you know, when I got home, I'd do more episodes. That didn't happen. So, here we are. it is Wednesday. I need to get an episode out. I need to get back into doing this, and I've just been staring at a blank map. I'm not even setting up. I do apologize for that. I'm just let you know that I am back. Actually, I was trying to think how I set this up before. You know what? I think setting my main gem here. I know, right now this beacon's in the way. That beacon's gonna be gone soon. I lost my train of thought. But long story short on all of this, right? Let me put this off. Let me close this off. We're pretty much gonna force these to come down this way. That I have absolute faith that if anything was to happen, I don't think anything's gonna happen, to be honest. Let's say it that way. I have absolute faith that my grandma's gonna fight through this for right now. However, I'll put it this way. I'm 33. I'll be 34 next year. And I'm talking about my grandma. You can do the math and kind of figure out what age she is, that you're good at that. Now, I'll tell you something. My parents were both 18 when they had me. So, I'm one of the oldest of the grandchildren. That you can kind of think about how old I might be, or how old my grandmother might be. She is a fighter. And I'm pretty sure that nothing is going to happen. At least, that's my guess. Alright? I'm thinking that she's going to push through this and be perfectly fine. I end up messing with walls. There one. I like having them like extend past the path by one, because it actually makes it look like it's the path is like, it makes it look like it's actually fully blocked. You know what I mean? Like it looks like they could almost squeeze right by there. But that's why I like doing it. I don't know, it's something I like to do. But anyway. Yeah, it was a rough weekend, you know, didn't get much sleep, and I'm attacking that, which is a horrible idea, to be honest. You know what? The more you attack this, the faster it's going to enhance other things. If I'm going to get rid of this, which since I'm already attacking it, I might as well. We need to get rid of that armor first. I think we can get rid of that. Perfectly fine. Okay, cool. I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna put a lantern here. We're gonna target the high shield. You can just hit random. I don't care. Go right there. So yeah, that's why I haven't, had a chance to record, which wasn't the plan to begin with. I knew about my niece's recital. I knew I was going to get back late. But that was the last recital for this year. But they did like a reward ceremony afterwards, which was that made it even longer. Didn't think that went through. But yeah. Everything is hopefully going to get back to normal. At least for me. Now, I have been watching Let's Try GG. And there for a little bit, I was like, man, did they just quit GemCraft like I did? Because we got like, I pretty much caught up to where he was and the past. Now, mind you, I have a guide, and also he has access to the same guide. Because I got in contact with him, I gave him the links and everything, and he doesn't want to use it, or watch my videos, because then he would probably do certain things that I'm doing, and he wanted to be unique, and that's understandable. But definitely, when he's done with that series and watches these, just let him know. That whole little bit of time that he was kind of missing out on his videos, I was also doing the same thing with mine. It was around the same time frame. He brought it back finally. Actually, I think it was at the pretty much right when I thought was when he redid his first episode, or not first episode. Oh my god! When he got back to GemCraft, but the week leading up to that, he started playing. Maybe it was this week that started playing. You might have to look into that to see when he started, but he started playing Dungeon Warfare. Let's just say that piqued my curiosity. It gave me a lot of ideas for that game. Watching him play. And I've never touched the game. Honestly, might want to look into the first one because I've never even heard of this. And it's a tower defense game, just like GemCraft. I was like, okay, let's check this out, right? I did. I checked it out. I bought it. And I've been playing that in my spare time, along with some other games. Now, I need to make a high bleed damage. There we go. Now he's gonna start really taking damage. That's the best way of doing it. You gotta bleed him. Technically, bleeding poison work really well for that. But when you get that bleed off, pretty good. Yeah, so I started watching him play Dungeon Warfare. And then I played it myself. I've been kind of addicted to it a little bit. Not gonna lie. Definitely a good tower defense game. There are certain things he did, I was like, I wonder if this would work. Right? It seriously got me thinking. So I was like, alright, let's do this. Trust me, it was fun. Not saying too much. I feel like when he looks at a map, right, and looks at it as there's water here or some kind of liquid where he could push, troops into, he goes for, like, the push trap or the spring trap to launch them. And we are actually starting to leak a little bit. Interesting. I'd like to get 76,000, get this up to a grade 10. That might not happen. That's one way to use it. I'll admit, you can use it that way. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'll think to myself, okay, once they get past a certain point of your defense, right? How about use the spring trap to launch them into the masses, right? They get past your demons, they get past your grinders on the ground, your axe trap. But then you have a spring right behind that that puts them right back to where they started. And they gotta try to go through that again. And again, on one of the maps, I managed to pretty much make a permanent cycle where they couldn't even get out of the first, you know, like they come out of their entrance and they couldn't go any further. Like they were stuck in a very small area. And I can possibly show that. And we are running pretty much at the end of the video right now, aren't we? Just about. I think I have time to show that, though. We're at 21 minutes. I think in the next video, I'll probably just keep going with this. I might hit up C3 at that point. Let's exit this. Alright. Oh, my laser's up there. I'll take me minus that. Let's go in Dungeon Warfare. Let's real quick. So that was probably loud. Sorry, guys. Let's turn that down a little bit. Alright. I've been working on this pretty hard in the last couple of days. Give or take a couple things. Mainly I was using the spring trap here. Using this to stall them on the spring trap so it could launch them again. And then using pushers to push them up towards my demon, or, you know, the grappling hook. Where is it? Yeah. Or the harpoon trap. Oh, I call it the grappling hook. The harpoon trap. Pushing them, like, to kind of like pull them up. And I'll show you what map I did this on. Alright? I can remember. I think it might have been this map here. No, it wasn't. That one. That one? No. I'm wondering if it was a Imperial map I did it on. I'm not seeing it. I know it was an early map. I think it might have been one of the Imperial maps. But basically, it had a single entrance, like this. I'm just going to go into it again. I'm not going to play it. It had a single entrance like this, right? And I had my demons in the top corner. And I had traps, you know, harpoon traps to pull them into the demons, and pushers and springs to keep them over there. But if they managed to get by while it's reloading, there was a spring trap that would launch them back pretty much at the very beginning into, so they wouldn't get off that spring trap. I had the I got so much stuff here. And you have the spin blade trap that, when it activates, it stalls it, right? Now it's even better than this, which honestly, the level 15 of this is awesome. I love the level 15 of the grinder. I love the level 15 of the black hole trap. This one I was hoping for something a little bit different, but it's got a cool level 15. One of the level 15s is good. The other one's like, eh. Overall, I've been trying to get most of the traps I use to 15 for the most part. So that was interesting, right? I actually don't play this right now. But you get the idea. Like, I just kept them in the one area. And it was amazing. And honestly, I'm glad I saw him play this one. And it piqued my interest enough that I wanted to play it. So, yep. at this time, I think his last video, he was like somewhere in the mid 30s. I know he might have been higher 30s, like 37, 38 in the last video he did. So we're around the same place, and he was playing a little bit longer than me. Also, he's recording. I'm not recording this game, where I can play multiple times, and so I'm pretty much bored. He really can't. He has to keep it to a 30-minute video and then stop and come back or whatever. But yeah, so I've been playing that. We're gonna go back to this real quick. We got 5 more minutes. Well, I'm all over the place today, you know. So you can see what I mean here, right? I got a wizard level of 31,770. My talismans are almost all rarity 100. We only have a couple that... Hold on. Anyways, I only have a couple that, you know, are like 90s and 80s left. All these purples are 100. I even got some purples I could swap out. But if you look at my stats, right? 404% on my wizard level. There's the initial XP and mana. Right? Let's say that I jump these up even more. So I'm at 504. 504 initial mana bonus, right? With 31,000 and with my talismans, if I enter a map, right? We're just gonna enter a map. Because of the talismans alone, I'm still starting with 2 million initial mana. That's insane. Right? I can use a lot of my skill points if I would really want to. Where was this at? I should have looked. I think it was at 200. I think it was the same as them. Maybe it wasn't. That might be right. I'll go back and look at the end of this video before I start looking that up. But yeah, you don't need to have that initial mana bonus. It's nice still, but I can pretty much use almost all of it. I'm still going to start out with a crap load of mana to set up whatever I want. This is the idea of where you want to get to, and this is mainly because of these talismans. Like, look at these stats. Almost every single one of my talismans is a +1 to all skills. Only one of them is the component. And I believe that might be, that's all that one's, that's this one here. This is the only one that's still a component. Everything else is to all skills. Of course, all these will always be to all. Yeah, that's a +25 in every skill no matter what. You get massive bonus damage, and get massive XP gain. You see what I'm talking about. Like, just go down the stats and be like, okay, I want to get to that. I want to get to that point. And then be able to do very, and I mean very long endurances. To be able to make, yeah, you get the point. This is sort of about XP, and you can see the fields with shrines are the ones that are at E12 or higher. I'm leaving at 1.5 E13. It's nice. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. I kind of showed off a little bit of what we're trying to get to for endgame, that being pretty much beat the final boss and grind up a couple of levels. But also, that if you keep on the grind and you keep playing it, and I know it gets very tedious after a while, you can get to a profile that looks like that, and there's people with much higher. I stopped playing after a while. I got out of it. I watched other people play, and then I jump back on it for a little bit, start new games, whatever. I mess around. But with this playthrough, I learned a lot. Trust me, when I did my first playthrough of this game, when I started this profile, I did not have an Excel sheet, which I'll put a little bit on the screen so you can see it. I don't want to be far over because it does have my name on it, because it has my Microsoft account profile on it. But I did not have this Excel sheet because, one, I made this. Also, this was when the game first came out. So there was, like, throughout the updates, throughout the months that when the game was getting updates, at least. The last update was back in 2021, actually, apparently. Don't know if that's right. But anyways, it might be right. Once they got the updates and everything, which there were updates that changed the game completely. They've added new fields and a bunch of other stuff too. Also, I did not even think about the possibility of adding, the plus 10 Shadow Force to increase the talismans by 10 levels. Or spending the 100 Shadow Force to add the plus 10 talisman levels, that would affect the talismans in the wizard stash. And the fact that the talismans were always the same ones. So if I got a level 89 lightning mark at 33, that was still going to be an 89 lightning mark, no matter, what profile, who was playing it. And in fact, I believe they're actually always the same shape, too. It's always going to be the same shape. It's always going to be the same stats. It's always going to be... I did not know that, and I showed it in an earlier video that someone put a comment saying, hey, I got the exact same talisman that you got. So, just to get the higher level, it is definitely worth. And I wish I would have knew that back when I did my original playthrough. Wish it showed me, like, when I started this. When the last time I really played it would be really... it might my stats. I mean, probably not. These stats are... Yeah, I didn't think it was going to say anything. I was just messing around with that. But yeah. Definitely insane. And definitely well worth. I learned a lot through that first playthrough and watching other people. And I helped other people. As I was doing my first playthrough of the game, I watched Tablet Crew, I watched Let's Try GG, and I helped them out as much as I could. But it wasn't to, around December, March, whenever, I think it was around February, March time frame, maybe January time frame, when I did my list. It was whenever Let's Try GG was starting his newest GemCraft video for all the achievements. That I was like, okay, I'm going to finish my spreadsheet and start mine alongside his, basically. That way I can send him my spreadsheet of all the unlocks. Now, I'm going to do this real quick. I don't know how well this is going to work. I don't want my name being shown. If I move it over enough, I wonder if I can hide it. I think that should be good. I just want to move over enough so you can kind of see this, right? So I made a second list. You know, after all the fields and what they give, right? For easy achievements. And this is the base of my one video I did where I was like, hey, these are the easiest achievements you can get from Go. You don't have to do any extra maps. You can do all these on Field W1. That was awesome. And I still got that list on my Excel sheet. So that was pretty cool. But yeah. Sometimes when I open up my Excel sheet, it literally procs up the easy gems. I'm like, that's not the right sheet. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta swap tabs. Okay, that's gonna do it for this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. I am going to probably release this Monday, next Monday, because I think I'm just gonna record some videos and get them prepped this weekend. This being the first one, the comeback video, and then it will release Monday, and hopefully I'll have about a week's worth by Saturday or Sunday. So thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. I gotta get some sleep. I got work tomorrow still. And work has been irritating here lately. But anyways, have a good one. And I will see you in the next video.